Going on? Oh shit. What's going on? What's going on? Hold on 1 second, let me light this cigarette up. Thank God. Once again, thank God. Once again, thank God. Once again, thank God. Another day that He has woke you up. You know what I'm saying? He has opened your eyes. You feel me? You know, you gotta be grateful for that. A lot of people wake up, get the dang. You know what I'm saying? What you about and danging for? You woke up, you got opportunity. Once you got breath in your body, you got opportunity. Closed mouth don't get fed. You know what I'm saying? For a closed mouth person, a person that don't know, no socialization or no talking, you know what I mean? You know, you talk your way to some opportunities. You know what I mean? Even with the splinter in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Even with this gang stalking, you know what I'm saying? A parasite in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Even though the constant mental health program, you know what I'm saying, enforcers trying to push you into a ball of confusion, you can still talk your way into opportunities. It's still, you know what I'm saying? Your life ain't over with yet. Regardless of what you're going through, your life ain't over with yet. You be thankful. You know what I'm saying? We all had to go through a path of humility. We all had to walk a path of shame. You know what I'm saying? And this is for God's people. You know what I'm saying? If you God's people and you got light in your heart, you got the characteristics of the fruit, you know what I mean? You resonate more with love than you resonate with hate. You know what I'm saying? You resonate. You always been that person that always want to be like a peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? You just was easily influenced. You were just naive or whatever, but you always had like a heart. You know what I'm saying? Then most likely you one of the children of light. You know what I'm saying? And being children of light, when you ain't living right, you know what I'm saying? This ain't going for the people of the world. You know what I'm saying? They get rewarded for living wrong. They get to live long lives. They get to have the extravagant lifestyle. They get rewarded for living wrong because they not children of the light. They children of the darkness. You know what I'm saying? They just got to blend in so the system can keep, going. Because once they wild out, it'll be like a purge. You know what I'm saying? But just to keep the system going, they got to blend in. You know, the children of the darkness, they got to go attend churches, wear crucifixes, attend the mosque, attend the synagogues, you know what I'm saying? Do the yoga practices, you know what I mean? Blend in, you know what I mean? To please the people, the gullible people. But behind closed doors, they children of the dark. So they get to do all this extravagant stuff. But as for children of the light that's trying to imitate that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? Being fooled, gullible, tricked, manipulated, and stuff like that, you go have to walk a path of shame, voluntary or involuntary. You know what I'm saying? You go have to walk a path of shame. And what I mean by that is like you got to distance yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to isolate yourself. You got to go through a humility phase. And with that path of shame usually goes for as like putting your ego to the side. You know what I mean? And the ego is the false identity that you created to please people of this world. And once, you know what I'm saying, you're going through your process of purification, God will literally separate the real you from the ego you. And voluntary or involuntary, you know what I'm saying? And, most likely have to walk, that path of shame, you know? You have to be, you have to be humble, you know what I'm saying? Those who exalt themselves will be humble, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. Those who exalt themselves will be humble, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. You know what I'm saying? You know, God is the ultimate controller. He's the ultimate creator. He's the ultimate source. You know what I'm saying? You just have to look through the illusion. You have to see through the illusions. Everything that glitter ain't gold. Everything that look good ain't good. You know what I'm saying? If you don't see change in your environment, you be the change. If you don't see change in the environment, you be the change. Don't be looking for the change. You be the change. And blessings gonna come your way when you open your mouth and you speak. You know what I'm saying? God, when he opened his mouth and said, let there be light, he spoke. He spoke things into existence. You know what I'm saying? So a closed mouth ain't gonna get fed. You gotta speak. You gotta put actions behind it too. Because, you know, usually a lot of people ain't flattered by words. They done got their experience up, so they ain't flattered. They flattered by the actions that you do. So once you speak and then you combine your words, you know what I'm saying, and putting that in motion with your action, oh man, you could be blessed and highly favored out here. But you close mouth, thinking things gonna fall out the sky, waiting on a blessing to come, you'll be waiting forever. Closed mouth, your ego self, closed mouth, trying to prove something, nah, you be waiting forever. The thing about it is, you just gotta sit here, you gotta socialize, you gotta talk. Especially if you in a situation where you ain't got it like that. Definitely if you're in a situation where you got it like that and you smooth, cool, you keep your mouth closed and you make it work the way you work, but just keep, spreading the love. But if you in a humble situation, or you in a situation where you know what I'm saying, you ain't really supposed to be quiet, you're supposed to socialize and get where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? People just ain't gonna give you stuff. You gotta play your part. You know what I'm saying? Apply it by action. But don't do things, and it's gonna lead you into darkness. Do things that's gonna lead you to light, and by your actions and you setting the example, you leading other people to light. You know what I'm saying? After you walk that path of shame, it's just supposed to humble you. It's not supposed to destroy you. The path of shame is not supposed to destroy you. It's not supposed to lead you to suicide. Maybe a children of darkness, maybe it'll destroy them and lead children of darkness to suicide. But children of light, it ain't supposed to destroy you or lead you to suicide. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to humble you and get yourself back right with God and knowing how to maneuver in this matrix. You know what I'm saying? Once you know how to maneuver in this matrix, you know what I mean? You can get it out here. You know what I'm saying? Make things work the best for your ability. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. Every like the system, how the system is designed, it's designed for a lot of a failure. You know what I'm saying? It's not really designed for people to have, families and stuff, especially in the lower class. It's not designed for people to have families, and, it's not designed for people to get married and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But when you with God, anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? With God, you can find the loopholes through the systems that set up these spider web traps to entrap you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially like you're dealing with like a marriage system, you know what I'm saying? Because with the marriage system, a lot of the government assistance, you know what I'm saying, won't be favored to you because you became one with your spouse. Meaning what they make is what you make all together, total. And then there's only a certain total amount that a person can make to be qualified for government assistance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that what prevents a lot of people from getting married and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Usually people that get married, they either well off or their parents are well off or they have a strong support system that can help them along. But some people who just, stuck into this, this immature love phase and not really thinking about the responsibilities of what comes with, marriage and stuff like that, or they just don't want to be in sin and they, you know what I'm saying, they burning inside and they don't want to be in sin and stuff like that. It's responsibilities that come with it, and it's not easy, but you can make it happen. You can make it work. God always make things happen. God always make things work. It's just like you closing your mouth and you not saying nothing, blessings ain't gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You got to speak it to existence. You got to go out here. You got to put in that work. You know what I'm saying? Already knowing that if you're not in no upper class or if you're not in no middle class, if you not have a strong support system, if you, especially if you people of the lower class, children of light, the people in the lower class, the system, the class is designed for your failure. Once you know that, now you know you can maneuver. You don't have to do crime to make it out here. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take these risks that these wolves be trying to tell you, like, oh, take risks, take risks, take risks, take risks. You know what I'm saying? You YOLO, YOLO. You only have one life to live, man. You know what I'm saying? Take risks. Nah, you don't have to live that way. You feel me? The blessings come the way is you talking and you networking regardless of this gang stalker, because out of the law averages, out of 9 gang stalkers or dark people, there's one person of light, there's one person that'll help you. You know what I'm saying? Even people that even have knowledge of the program. It's just you being able to talk. You gotta talk that talk and you gotta walk that walk. And you can't let this system stop you from getting where you wanna be. You can't let people uh tell you where you want to be, even if you're in this program. You know what I'm saying? Because if you find a woman that really loves you for who you are, you know what I'm saying, and you just like, nah, I don't want her to go through what I'm going through and stuff like that, then that's that fear. You don't know what God can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, don't live in fear. Live in love. You know what I'm saying? The devil is a lie. You know what I mean? You can, just like normal people can get what they want out here, you can get it too. You know what I'm saying? You can get it too. Bump this program and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a higher chance that if she's not targeted, that they'll mess with her too. But if she loves you, she'll love you and she'll understand, and God will still open doors to make things work. The devil is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep yourself isolated and deprive yourself from the rest of your life because you're trying to help other people from not being in your situation. That's not going to help your growth. You know what I'm saying? Your growth is going to come from by you being humble and realizing, you know what I'm saying, you're not children of the dark. You are children of the light. Get right and claim your blessings out here. It's not just going to fall out the sky. You know what I'm saying? You got to go out here and you got to claim it. You got to stand on your 10. You feel me? Don't let people tell you that you can't do it, or you know your life is useless. You know what I'm saying? That's the program, that's the mindset. Like, shoot, you might as well take yourself out there. You might as well become like us. You get me? You gotta put hope in your heart that anything's possible with God. Anything. You know what I'm saying? God created everything, anything possible. Don't let nobody tell you nothing else. And with that being said, family, peace.